Trump's first 100 days. One decision that could move Bitcoin fast. One decision in Trump's first 100 days could move Bitcoin faster than any ETF approval or regulatory change. And it's not what you think. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what this decision is and why it creates immediate price impact. While most people will completely miss it when it happens, everyone expects Bitcoin to move on the obvious stuff. Strategic Bitcoin reserve announcements, crypto-friendly SEC appointments, maybe some regulatory clarity around stablecoins. But all of that is already priced in. The market knows Trump is crypto-friendly. Institutions have positioned for pro-crypto policies. The easy money from obvious announcements is already gone. The decision I'm talking about is different. It happens quietly. Most people won't even notice it. But it creates immediate mechanical pressure on Bitcoin's price. Here's a hint. When this decision happens, it won't look bullish at first. The headlines might even seem neutral or slightly negative. And that's exactly why it works. Let me explain the mechanism without spoiling the reveal yet. There's a specific type of government decision that forces institutional money to move fast. Not because fund managers suddenly become bullish, but because their compliance departments require it. When certain regulatory classifications change, pension funds and insurance companies are forced to rebalance their portfolios within a fixed window, usually 30 days. We're talking about trillions of dollars that move automatically, not emotionally. Most of these funds can't hold speculative assets above a very small percentage, but they can hold strategic commodities or alternative reserve assets in much larger allocations. The classification determines the money flow. Change the classification, and the flows change instantly. This isn't theory. It's exactly what happened with gold in the 1970 seconds. When regulatory treatment changed, institutional money didn't debate it. It moved. Bitcoin is sitting at a similar inflection point right now. One quiet reclassification and everything changes. And this decision isn't coming from Congress or the SEC. It's coming from a much quieter part of the financial system that most people never pay attention to. That institution is the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC. The OCC regulates national banks, and national banks custody assets for pension funds, insurance companies, and large endowments. If the OCC changes how Bitcoin is classified for bank custody purposes, it immediately changes what institutional investors are allowed to hold. Right now, Bitcoin is treated as a high-risk digital asset. Banks can custody it, but only in limited amounts with extra capital requirements. But if Trump's OCC reclassifies Bitcoin as a digital commodity or an alternative reserve asset, it's the same Bitcoin in a completely different regulatory bucket. That single change removes capital penalties, expands custody limits, and allows institutions to allocate far more than they can today. Pension funds can move from 1% to 5%. Insurance companies can treat Bitcoin as part of their reserves, and the flows would be immediate, because institutional mandates are mathematical, not emotional. If the rules change, the money moves automatically. This is why the decision could happen in the first 100 days. The OCC doesn't need congressional approval. It doesn't need long public debate. It can issue updated custody guidance quietly and move on. When it happens, most people won't connect the dots. They'll see a boring press release about updated digital asset custody standards and scroll past it. Meanwhile, algorithms at large institutions will begin reallocating within days because their compliance rules just changed. That's why some institutional players are positioning early instead of waiting for obvious catalysts. They're not trading headlines. They're trading regulatory mechanics. What would invalidate this scenario is simple. If the OCC keeps Bitcoin classified as high risk, or if any reclassification comes with offsetting restrictions that neutralize the benefit, the flows won't materialize. But based on Trump's crypto stance and the people likely to run financial agencies, the reclassification risk is real. The timing matters because institutional rebalancing happens on a quarterly schedule. If this change happens in January or February, the next rebalancing cycle could trigger significant Bitcoin inflows. One quiet regulatory decision, massive mechanical flows, and most people will miss it because they're watching for loud announcements instead of silent rule changes. So here's the real question. Do you think institutional money moves faster on headlines or on compliance rule changes?